before. But first, shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck do I look like? I don't drink diet.
Colin's just down to
Spend the
whole.
rest of the time over here.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he
like,
just down to
Jesus.
whole Diet Pepsi, dude.
That's offensive. You didn't tell me it was gonna be offensive, all right?
It's
Diet
hot takes
anything
for
is
sure.
just like depression in a can. Like, have you had Diet Mountain Dew before?
No, but that one specifically sounds bad.
It's
Well, I
super
don't drink a
bad.
lot of soda, period.
It's like a bad blowjob. Like, you'll drink it anyway, probably, but you're not happy.
Yeah, you're not gonna be happy. Yeah, like you get halfway through and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
something.
I'll power through. Maybe at the end I'll feel better about it. Let's see. I'll let it get there.
It's gonna be hard to enjoy this ride.
Yeah. That's what she said. Well, anyways. So welcome to Two Guys, One Guest. This is our new little friend here.
It's the mascot.
He doesn't say any. Colin said that under his
I'm a ventriloquist.
yeah. Fucking. Okay, so we got Aaron here from fucking Exiled Martyr.
Yo.
What's going on with you, Aaron?
Shit, I just woke up.
Did you really?
I really
Seriously?
did. I
Oh,
took-
you work nights, right?
Yeah, no, I work days. I just
Oh, okay.
take midday naps because I'm old, so.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, no, that's how I know. It's like I get home from work, like, I can do stuff like sleep, and then
Yeah, seriously. Dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy. How long have you been working days now?
let's see, about what 6 months now.
Oh shit! Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been a while since we talked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
It's just what I realized. I was like, damn, it's been a while. How was your? So you just came off of a tour somewhat recently, right?
Yep, I just
How
came
did
off
how did
tour.
that go?
It went better than expected. Honestly, I expected to hate everybody by the end of it.
Did you really?
Yeah, no.
Wait, how long was the tour though?
It was only a week. So like,
Pessimistic here.
I can spend like fucking 6 hours with a person. I'm just like rethinking friendships. So, like,
Yeah,
you know, like
sometimes it does that. Like
yeah, like so I was like sleeping next to people who smell like I don't know, Chief, but honestly, it was one of the most fun experiences of my life. I'm
That's
not gonna
cool,
lie.
damn.
Yeah,
Were you guys
Where'd you guys go?
we went all the way out to Tennessee. So we did
wow,
we
shit.
did Denver, Kansas City, New Mexico. Was it like Farmington? Did 2 dates in Tennessee and a date in Texas, Fort Worth.
All in one
Oh,
week.
okay, wow,
Yeah.
Damn.
that's crazy. Did you guys like take turns driving?
Oh yeah. We took turns driving. We quickly found out who was bad and who was good drivers.
Yeah, I bet.
Real fucking
I
fast.
bet. Did you guys have like a trailer or something too?
No, we packed it all in a van.
Dude,
Packed it
that's
all in a
crazy.
van, got a 15-passenger van, and then like had 8 fucking people. Like,
Damn.
And your gear. That's
yeah,
crazy. Dude.
it was fucking rough. Like, we
Wow.
had Christmas Smile on the center come with us too, and like be
Oh, wow.
our merch homie, and yeah, no, it was fucking. That was the hardest part, was having to sit next to each other after a show.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, because
That's
you know how
funny.
like you're all fucking sweaty. You like all you want to do is like go home. Like you want to
Yeah,
hang out with your
lay
friends
down
at the
and shit,
show,
yeah.
and you're like, time to go home and shower and go to sleep.
Yeah.
No,
For a week.
you don't get any of that shit. So you're just
Stay
like
close for
you're
a
just
couple
sticky,
hours.
and
Yeah.
like plus no like one thing that probably like everyone should know, because I feel like we were too dumb to know, was like, hey, the Midwest in the summertime fucking blows.
Oh yeah.
Very
Um,
humid.
it's
Really?
the,
Yeah,
it's
that
so
makes
like
sense.
like step outside, you're sweating.
Yeah.
like,
Shit,
miserably
dude.
humid.
Yeah, like
That's a good
it,
time to pack.
you
people
dry
in.
off, you're wetting. It was rough, man, and like Kansas. Honestly, like I want to say Kansas City, and I want to say Tennessee were like no fuck that, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Fuck Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Oh, it's the
Arkansas.
worst. Arkansas, like
Not my Kansas.
no fucking way. It was dreadful. The mosquitoes were fucking huge. Like, man, that place tested us. We were just like, this tour shit is for the birds. Never fucking
Yeah.
go on tour in the Midwest. This is why no bands go through the Midwest. Everyone just does this West Coast and East Coast.
Were
That's
they
it.
more grateful to have a band come through though?
No, they.
I mean, what was that?
Every fucking show was tight.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody was super into it.
That's
like
cool.
everybody wanted to come. We had people that.
You guys were headlining, right?
No, we were supporting to iPrior. iPrior was headlining.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so we went with the iPrior boys, and we had people like drive like 2 hours from other places to come
That's
see us.
crazy.
That shit was fucking cool. They were like, "We've been waiting for you to come out here for so long." We're just like, "Who are you?" Like, we're like, "Why are you so excited to see us?" Like, it's wild. Like,
That's cool.
that was it was like a very humbling
Did you
experience.
do that? Like, did you throw your sticks out and picks and shit?
Oh no, man, I was bored. dude.
I didn't need those back.
I broke my batter head and my reso head for my bass drum. I
What
was
does that
like,
mean?
I hate you.
So
So
you hit the other side.
it was-
Oh!
I
The front seats and the back seats of the drum seat?
straight the fuck up. Drumsies. This guy's the worst.
I'm coming down with something right now, so you're going to have to excuse me. I'm still looking for Coney, so.
Man,
I got mad cow.
Mad cow. No one told you about
the Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah.
No one told him about Harambe yet.
Oh shit, bro!
So
I gotta
sad.
check my homie Harambe. I gotta go visit him.
He's on my knee.
Yeah, true. He is on your knee. Yeah.
Oh man. But
No, but you were saying before we sidetracked to Harambe.
Yeah,
As the
to
podcast
Harambe.
should.
No.
So you broke your drum heads?
yeah, no, I busted him in Kansas City.
Did you have spares or?
Nope, we had to go
Dude.
find a guitar center.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When did they break? Like mid show? Or?
Yep, middle of the show.
Really?
Yeah, I had to like, I
Air drum.
just played.
Yeah, you just.
Yeah, I just played like my beaters went straight through the head.
Wow, dude.
So there was this. It was like. Drr, drr. And, it was like, and I'm like, I swear I'm hitting it. And I like look down and it's flapping through the.
Wow.
So and it was like I don't know if you're familiar with our music, but like we have our song Karmic Apogee, and so we were at the last breakdown for it, which is like the build up for it and bass drop and everything, do no kicks, just snare,
That's fun.
I'm just like, wow, like.
Was it at least like almost the show was over? Like,
Yeah, no, that was the last song.
okay.
So it made it. I mean, it was funny. Like we all laughed about it, but
Still
so
sucks.
because like
I
because
bet, yeah.
because then like at this point like I'm almost like I have to put on a show, so I'm over here like beating my china, just making like the heaviest stuff, so they
Like,
can
I might as well stand
they
at
can
this point.
feel how hard I'm hitting. So
That's
then like
cool.
maybe the bass drum will just come into their hearts,
they
So,
fill in the blanks.
yeah. but-
Everyone's mom's china at home broke.
yeah, right.
All the
Yeah.
all the expensive dishes.
That's crazy. So a lot of the people that you saw like on tour, did you find that they knew your music already, or were they just like?
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were familiar with our stuff. We had
cool.
we had some kids out in Tennessee. One of them showed up with one of our shirts on,
Whoa.
and like we're all weary from the road, so all we see is like that kid has our shirt on. We haven't pulled out our merch yet. How did he get a fucking shirt? Like this, we're thinking like this kid like
Okay.
robbed us, like or some shit for a shirt. And like that was the first thought. It was fucking dumb.
That's
But
funny.
but no, like he came out. He was like, yeah, like I came out here like 2 hours away. That was one of the ones that came out
Damn, crazy.
hours away, and just super stoked for like to see us. And like I said, like I've never had that in my whole life. You know,
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
it was weird being on like the other side because I mean I was used to being like that kid. It was like, oh man, my favorite band or whatever. Like
He's in Tucson. so-
yeah, I'm like I'm gonna go and then I get to meet him and stuff. So it was like it was weird, but it was definitely like humbling because it made me like appreciate. Like I feel like sometimes like as musicians we don't appreciate what the fuck we do sometimes.
Yeah.
And that was one of the moments where I could sit there and appreciate it. I'm like somebody is like that excited about what the fuck I do
That's
and
cool.
like right
To
and
be on the other side.
yeah, exactly. So that was cool. That was one of my favorite parts of tour. And then same thing in Fort Worth, these military guys came out and they were like, we listen to you while we're on bass and stuff.
Dude,
And
that's crazy.
he's like, oh, we're so happy to come see you guys. And like we
Nice.
just hung out and like drank and talked, and it was just all around nice experience. Like outside of like the mosquitoes and like hot weather, stinky
extra
people.
bullshit.
Like overall, like it was super fun. Like we camped while we were out there.
Oh, nice.
We would just like we just pulled on the side of the road. We're like this is like a good spot. Just like we just set up camp and just like me and
Cool.
our pariah would just we all talk shit and just make jokes and like we got really close with those dudes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
that was another thing. It was like a mix of dynamics that we were kind of worried about. Like first time being on the road, not only just with our band but with another band. We're
Right.
hoping we're get on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
And that was the nice things. Like we didn't like we
That's
actually
cool.
like. We're just joking and laughing the whole time. We had like a shared chat that we still use, and we just
Nice.
like send each other memes and shit, and just, like, just like talk shit to each other. It's great.
How long ago was the tour?
This was July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah.
Pretty
The worst.
recent.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were just like let's tour. Like that's all we cared about. We just cared about touring. That's all we wanted to do. So
Did you
Yeah.
guys do a lot of planning for the touring, or did it kind of just?
it was
come
like a
up?
good like solid 2 months. Yo, shout out to Steven. Like Steven did like most of the fucking like planning and everything. Like that
Wow.
for the vocalist for Hyper.
Oh wow, cool.
So like he was doing like all the work for that shit. Him and Eric, and so we got that.
Davis?
Him. Yeah, Davis.
Okay.
He went with us too. So, but yeah, no, they did like most of the work and shit. So that
Yeah.
was nice.
That's
did
good.
they
man.
plan it and then they invited you, or did you guys decide?
I
to
probably
do it?
already planned on doing it, and they were like, we should get another band, and it was like, hey, like Exiled's okay. So, so they,
Sounds here.
yeah,
No, that's funny.
they're all right, take them under our wings and shit. So,
Has iPrior been around longer than you guys?
I think I want to say so. Either that or like we started like really close to each other.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. That you guys were pretty same
When did
time.
you guys start?
2013.
Okay.
13? Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy.
Doesn't feel
It's
that
been
long.
6 years, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
Like this is
crazy.
the longest relationship I ever
That's funny.
had.
All the original members, or
No, we had some trade outs. We Oscar and Victor, that was our vocalist and bassist. They left the band, and then we got Michael, who used to be in Elapse Ethos, and of course Anthony, who was in House of Dandalos and Altera and Carlos the other projects.
Oh, he was in Altera?
Yeah.
Cool.
So he came through after Altera and was just like, hey, let's throw down some vocals for us. And then after that, Oscar left, and that's when Mike was like, hey, I'll play bass for you guys. So,
Cool. Have you been there from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, Alex, and DJ.
the three
Cool,
OGs?
that's crazy.
Yeah, we've been there since the beginning.
How did it come about? Did you guys all just play? Or did you guys intend to start something like that?
I didn't intend to start drums. I never started, I had dreams of being in the band when I was a kid, and then, I threw them all away when I was 17, because I was like, that was
Decision-making
not
time.
a thing. So, and then at the last second, when I decided to go to college, I wanted to go to college for music, because I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to be in a band, I'm going to just learn about music and shit. So I had studio music recording, and I had it with DJ.
Oh, shit. Cool.
So we met in class, and then we started hanging out and stuff, and afterwards we met Oscar, too. Oscar was in a different class. This is all at GCC.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
So we started talking, blah blah blah, and then me and DJ jammed for a little bit, and Oscar, and then we're like, yo, we should maybe start a band and stuff. And then Alex was a mutual friend of DJ, DJs, DJ had a mutual friend, and Alex was part of that, and so they talked at a party, and then Oscar knew Victor from the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay, cool.
So slowly but surely we put it all together.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
When did you start playing? Because you said you decided to not do it at 17. But
I started playing drums when I was 15.
Okay.
I played for a year and a half, and then I moved out here, and I had to leave my kit because I used to live in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I gave up on it, because I was like, "There's no way I'm getting my kit shipped out of here. It's not happening." So I just gave it to my friend.
Crazy.
And
was it a nice kid or just kind of a low?
it was a Pearl. It was pretty good kit.
Yeah.
You know. But I gave up on drums. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then when I was in my senior year of high school, they had a music program and stuff, and they had like drumline drums and stuff. And I would
Was
go
that
in and
here or
play
was
it.
that in
Yeah, it was in Dysart.
Oh, okay.
And so I started playing that, and I started getting into piano. I started learning piano, and
Wow.
I was like, okay, maybe I'll do music stuff, not kid drumming, but just music stuff in general. But then the band came about. So when the band came about, that definitely threw me for a loop, because I realized I have no experience being in the band. Honestly, Exiled was my first band.
That's crazy. That's
So-
really cool that it fucking worked out.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah, no,
That's
for
good.
sure, because everything I learned, in that band, it's I never knew it before.
Yeah.
I'd learned how to
Cool.
blast
That's rare,
beat.
dude. It's rare for people to.
I'd learned how to blast beat in 2 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I never knew how to blast beat or anything. I went on.
Is there a big learning curve on blast beats? Or-
It was just muscle memory building.
Okay.
Just thinking about
repetition?
if you think about any other drummer, whenever you hear them talk, they're always I started when I was 9 or 11 or some shit. Even earlier than that, I'm over here starting in my late teens, and I'm just yeah, let's do
Which
death
is
metal.
funny because when you think back on it, starting in your late teens isn't even bad,
It's-
But at
it's
the time,
not.
you're like, oh, I wasn't 6, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It feels different.
Everybody in that band has way more experience than I do. As
Really?
far as as far as how long they learned. I think Alex has been playing since he was 12 or 13. DJ, same
Shit.
thing. Mike's been playing, I think, since 12 or some shit, and then Anthony started screaming when I think he was 15.
When he was
Yeah.
born.
Yeah, right.
He came out the womb.
Came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
He came out of the womb with a guttural. That's funny.
Yeah, no, all those guys have way more experience than me. So for me, it's honestly I feel like I'm always playing catch up for all the stuff that I never learned, which is kind of cool, because then it's I pull shit out of my ass.
It's better to be surrounded by people who might be better than you than to be the best one in the room and you're not going to progress.
Oh, hands
Yeah,
down.
sure.
Alex pushes my boundaries all the fucking time. He
Yes,
comes
that's
up with
good.
some shit, and I'm just hey, I don't have 4 fucking arms. Because guitarists don't know how to write fucking drum music at all.
Nope.
Sorry.
Not at all.
I don't know why it's even fucking. It's you can just get a step sequencer, man, and just fucking plug it in, but you're just I'm gonna hit
The one
all
before.
this,
Yeah, I've done
all
that.
that.
I've done that.
I used to always make fun of Andre when he would show me stuff. Because I used
For
to drum
drums,
for Andre
yeah.
in
Yeah.
bands. And the stuff that he would write sometimes would be that's physically impossible. But I'll try.
Yeah, he's this dude just ridiculous speeds, and gallops and shit in the middle. I'm just like, okay, no drummer knows how to fucking do that shit.
Is galloping not a? I mean,
No, like when you're galloping and like you're trying to do shit at like 250, 260, I'm just like, that's not a
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
thing. Like, stop. Like,
Sound like a
we just play
monkey.
16th thing. We don't. Yeah, it's just gunfire.
Oh, that's crazy.
He thinks I'm
Yeah.
fucking Aaron Kitcher and shit. I'm like, no,
yeah,
that's not what you get.
that's crazy. Huh.
So
So as a drummer, do you guys obsess? Like, do you guys worry about your gear and stuff like that? Like, do you constantly like, oh, I need a new fucking snare?
yo, listen,
How does that work?
I was talking about Andre earlier, and we were talking about like passions when it comes to like music stuff and like your instrument especially. And I was like, do you ever feel like you're not as passionate as some people? And the reason why I brought it up is because like I don't give a shit about my gear. Like I realized that the other day, and I was just like,
I wonder that about most drummers though.
yeah, like no.
Is that not a thing with most
That is
drummers?
not a thing, dude. Talk to fucking Josh Music and see what.
Okay.
Dude, he fucking babies his shit. You know, like, and like me, I'm over here just like throwing my kid on stage. Like, it was like, let's do this shit, you know? And
Yeah, that's funny.
I would, it's like sometimes I think like, should you give a shit more? Like, yes, you should. But then I thought about it. I was like, my kit's not like fucking $3,000 though. At the same time, like,
Sure.
it's like a $300 kit. So I'm like, to me, I'm just like, it still works.
Yeah.
Fuck it. So
Still makes noise.
yeah, exactly.
That's funny. So if you were to upgrade your like gear, would you have to upgrade all of it, or can you do it piece by piece? Is that a thing? For drummers?
I mean, technically you can, but I'd rather just get the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, the most I've ever spit where I purposely bought something was I bought, like, a pork pie snare, like, in the past couple months. That's the first thing I looked at, and I was like, I want that piece of gear. But I've never, ever had that feeling where I'm just like, I want that gear, I need it. Like, I see it in, like, a fucking
Dude.
Guitar Center magazine, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you see that guitar, you're just like, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Dude, that's what sucks about guitar players. Like I do that. Like $300 is not unobtainable. I'm like, I could put that shit together and get this new guitar I don't need. So it's kind of a good thing.
Being a drummer
Shit.
definitely, like, it'll teach you a lot about finances. Because
Yeah, I bet.
everything
Yeah,
costs
the whole thing is expensive.
stupid money. Like, I'm a heavy hitter, so I crack cymbals, like, once a year.
Yeah, and the symbol's like
Shit.
$50.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
I'm just,
crazy.
yeah, like, I'll
What
go.
about like drum heads? Are drum heads expensive?
drum heads
Not
can be
really.
expensive depending on what you get. Like, I like to get fucking nice drum heads. Okay, that's one thing I do spend it on. I'll buy some nice Evans drum heads. And I've also bought, like, Kevlar head for my snare, which is like
Yeah.
a $50 head. So
But they last
Okay.
for like ever.
they do.
Oh, really?
They do last forever. And
Even
it's
though you're a
super
heavy
popular.
hitter?
Oh, even though I'm a heavy hitter.
Okay.
My sticks don't though. Listen.
You go through sticks.
If anybody wants to endorse me for sticks, now's your time.
Chopsticks, anything.
Like just like anything, because I go through sticks like every fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I well
Like they just get shredded, or like what happens?
I like to rim shot every hit. It's my favorite sound in the
Hmm.
world. I love rim shotting. So like in the practice, you hear this, you know, doo 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 doo, that's all you can hear is like me just banging it out, and just like you can see my stick bending and snapping because like it literally like I don't even know how to describe it. Like you've seen bamboo split.
Yeah.
That's how it starts to look.
Yeah,
where it's
right,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like it's shredded. So I'm always looking for like better sticks that aren't. The shitty part is too is like I can't play like big sticks either. You know, like no, I'm
So
not,
you just get thin shit that
yeah, like
wears
I'm,
out.
I'm not playing for, and I like the feel of natural finish. You know, like I'm fucking stupid,
The
get
bougie
lacquer.
stuff.
Like you know, like
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking about like trying new sticks and everything. Like I always try different sticks, just try to find
What
the
size do
one.
you use?
I use 5B, and I try to get the extreme version of anything that I get because I need it to last forever, which never will.
How many come in a pack?
Depends. You can get like
It's
You
like
can buy,
different
you can
packs,
buy a
right?
pair.
Yeah.
Like just two?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy them in pairs or you can buy them in packs. A lot of times, though, whenever I go for packs, I always look for extremes and I can never fucking find them. So I end up having to buy like 4 individuals packs.
I can't remember.
Is
the
it more
size.
expensive that way? To buy individual packs?
I imagine it's like Costco. Where like you just buy it in bulk. It's fucking great. Yeah.
Damn, that's like
But usually the ones that you buy in bulk are like the
Shitty kind.
yeah
Yeah, that's the
either
issue.
shitty or it's like a size that I wouldn't use.
So I have to like order good ones in packs online,
yeah.
which you know, shipping and handling and shit. I'm a drummer. I'm poor. So
right.
so I'm like, no, I'll just take 2 sticks, please. Thank you.
Just hope that they last.
I'll play the odds.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just hit a little
That's
lighter
crazy.
this time.
I know, right? Damn, that's crazy, man. So have you ever wanted to play anything else, like besides drums and keyboards?
My mixtape's coming out soon. I'm just kidding.
Featuring Garbage Dog.
No, yo, for real. I honestly like I like all different kinds of music and stuff. And originally, like when I was like messing with music before I started drumming and stuff, like I would just like make beats and stuff and like make electronic music. Like and I enjoy the art of making electronic music. Like I do, like I really do appreciate it because it's like you have to be a sound engineer and an artist at the same time. Like it's
That's
mixing
cool.
of both worlds. So it's like you have to understand like what exactly you're doing in a DAW in order for you to make the sound that you want. And I think it's really tight. Like I watch a bunch of like YouTube fucking tutorials on how to make fucking dubstep, EDM, like house, just everything. And like it's cool when you watch it put together because you realize like they're not just fucking bullshitting. You know, like like
It's a
when
lot of hard work.
like once it comes
Yeah.
to DJ part, it's all lights and show. Like I get that, but actually
Right.
like when they're in the studio, like they're in the studio. Like they really are trying to make something.
That's so funny. I never thought about that because that is always what people say. They're like, you just go up there and you press play.
Yeah.
After fucking hours of work, dude.
Yeah, and
You
like
get to press play.
how fucking nice is that, right?
I-
Like
yeah,
I
seriously.
wish I could do that shit. Fucking go
That's
to
so
go to my
crazy.
next show and just press play.
That's
We're
a
good.
cool way to be an artist, dude. Could you imagine?
I already did all
Just
the
be
work.
done? Yeah.
Hours. It's like no, not only do you have
That's
to
pretty
practice it, now you have to perform it. It's like
Yeah, shit. That's so true. And people still fuck up all the time.
Yeah,
Like, no
sure.
matter how down you have it,
Yeah.
like something happens. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Always gear shit. Every
Yeah.
time. Listen, I don't know how you guitarists put up with it. I feel like as a drummer, I have less shit go down on me than anything else. Because every time we get on stage, it's always some chord shit, some pedal shit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your amp that worked for 6 fucking months
Chose not
straight
to. Yeah.
just doesn't work today. And
It's
I'm
a lot
like,
of shit, dude. Because I mean, it's all electrical shit. So like conditions, you
Yeah,
know,
and I
it gets
get
really
it.
sweaty and humid places. Like that shit all fucks with the circuitry.
I know it. To me, I'm just like, is it?
I'm gonna hit it.
I'm gonna,
That's funny.
I'm gonna smash it, dude. That's
Arm still
it.
works, right?
That's it,
Yeah.
man. If I'm broken, that's the only thing that fucking stops me.
Or the heads.
Yeah, or the
Right,
shit.
right,
I'll
yeah.
play on no heads. I don't give a shit. Hit that rim as hard as I can.
Dude, that's a good
Snap a
porn.
stick every hit.
Yeah, every hit. I don't give a shit. I bought a pack this time.
There you go. That's what's up. So, have you ever like done like a side project or anything while you were in the Exiled Martyr?
Yeah, like I did, I would do like stuff for my friends' bands and stuff. Like I'd fill in for like Skull Drug, which is a punk band
Okay,
out
yeah.
here.
So, yeah.
With Justin Waldrop. So I would do stuff like that, and like I've been asked to do other work as far as like session work and stuff, but normally like I'm so busy with Exiled and like normal personal life stuff that honestly
Right.
I don't take on too many side projects. Usually it has to be like a labor of love or just as a favor, you know. So
Yeah. That was I guess ultimately the question. Like, is it hard to manage things being in a band
Oh hell
in
yeah!
your position? You know.
You ever try having a girlfriend? Like that's hard
time,
enough
yeah.
as it is. Let alone
Yeah.
like another project. You know, work balance. You know, like
Dude, I have a girlfriend, a project, a dog, and I'm starting a new project.
Yeah, see?
I feel you.
fuck out here. Like
It's hard.
It's fucking rough, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how some people just balance that shit. I mean, I guess once you become famous enough and you're always touring and shit, that becomes your second job. So it's much
Yeah.
easier because whatever work hours you got to put in is now those hours. I wish
Dude,
I
it's
could
either
take
that
leap.
or completely a labor of love. Like,
Straight
you
up.
have to love it.
Like I want to get the balls to just quit my job one day and just like I'm a drum. This is what I'm gonna do. Like I fucking wish.
I tried it. It's hard. Well, not drumming, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard.
like it's oh my god. Like I can't imagine doing that. Like
Yeah,
at a
you
hou-
definitely have to be in a really good position to do that.
straight up, and
Yeah.
then like I have to be really good position. You have to also be really good and marketable. Like you have to
Yeah.
because at that point you're gonna end up doing session work for people.
Right.
So it's like now you have to be like the best drummer ever because they're like I want you to play this weird fucking Latin beat. I'm just like
Okay.
bitch. Just like this.
That's funny. Do you guys have maracas back in use? Or...
How often do you guys practice as a band?
We rehearse twice a week on Saturdays and Sundays. We are supposed to practice every day. Like
It's just like individually.
yeah, individually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I try not to micromanage people.
How do you guys work everything? Like, so right now you guys just got off a tour. Are you guys planning to start writing, or are you guys just like in the flow of things?
We're
What's going on?
actually writing right now.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
the game plan. We wanted
Okay.
to write something new and come out with something new. So, yeah, that's what's up.
How does that work?
Was this your guys' first tour that you just got back from?
Actually, yeah, it's our first tour.
That's cool.
So it's a good experience for a first tour ever.
Yeah.
You know, I hear a lot of
Yeah.
horror stories from
Yeah.
other bands
True.
about the first tour, how everything went wrong. Our band
A
fucking
week
worked.
is solid as fuck too.
Yeah, a week.
That's
It's
the perfect time.
plenty of time to get a taste of the tour life, and then also not have to worry about anything else. Like that's enough time for PTO, whatever the fuck you have at
Yeah,
home.
right, yeah.
Like, You know, that's what I'm worried about
It
too.
can wait a week.
Whatever it is. I think about that all the time because I feel like, remember I was telling you like I'll just quit my job. It's like one day I feel like I will be faced with that where it's like you have to leave for 2 or more weeks and you don't have enough PTO. What the fuck you gonna do? And it's just like I either bail on my band or I say fuck this job. Yeah. You know, and I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. I have no idea. What would you do?
Are you like living on your own right?
No, I have a roommate, but that's fucked.
Yeah. True.
Like, you know, like that's fucked. Yeah. You like abandon them.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to make sure all your affairs are in order before you go, and it's just like, but then you have to make sure you have a job when you come back.
Right. Damn, that's crazy.
Catch me working at Kohl's.
I feel like when you're pushed into that corner, you can find a way.
I mean, yeah, I feel like
that's what you would hope. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe in that. When there's a will, there's a way.
True,
like always, you know,
You're not just gonna let yourself die. So.
Yeah, you won't.
True.
You know, like it just sucks. You know, like if you don't do this, you're probably gonna regret it. That's my thing too. Is like if you don't go and take that tour or whatever, like you're probably gonna regret.
Like when you're older, you're gonna regret quitting a job.
Yeah, right. Like,
or not quitting a job.
You're gonna be a fucking wage slave for the next 70 years of your life. Go do something fun.
Take a break.
Yeah,
enjoy it.
Enjoy it, man.
Very true. Damn, that's crazy.
Especially when you're still young, so it's not like it's gonna fuck you over.
That's right, because I feel myself getting old all the time. I know people are like, "You're not getting old." Like, no, but I know the tipping point. Okay, I've seen it. I've watched it happen.
Do you mean that as a person or as a musician?
As a person. What?
Yeah.
No, as a musician, no, it's different.
Yeah.
Musician's different. But like, no, as a person, like 25 is a great barrier. I believe that. That's when things start to go weird downhill, and it's like it's very subtle. It's super subtle. It's the little things where like you'll go out to drink and you're like, nah, I only have like 2 beers. What? You know, like it's little shit like that, or like, oh, this band's fucking playing. I can skip 4 songs.
Yeah,
you know?
that's so true.
Let me get out of this parking lot.
True.
Like, you know,
I need a break. I'm gonna stand outside for a second.
Straight the fuck up.
Not even do anything. I'm just standing here.
When I was 18, like straight up, like I can definitely do like the difference between like 18-year-old Aaron and like 26-year-old Aaron now. I'm just like, no fucking way. Like I went to go see As Lay Dying when I came here to Club Red, and it was sold out, and it was so packed in there, and I was all like, in my head, I'm all like, I'm gonna throw down all night. You know, I've been drinking, I'm feeling good. 3 songs in, death. Just like wasted. I was fucking done.
What? I'm gonna enjoy the band. I'm just gonna stand.
Yeah, straight up. I'm over here like on the corner of the pit, being a tough guy and shit, and
very tight performance today.
It's gonna be justified. You know, like It was fucking terrible. Like that to me, like I realized it. I was like, oh man, like I'm getting too old for the pit. So I give myself to like 30. Once I'm 30, like it has to be like this band's 20-year anniversary hasn't played in like 10 years tour before. I'm like, I'll come out of Mosh retirement. Like
Mosh retirement. You're in fucking Mosh retirement, aren't you? Yeah, he's been in Mosh retirement.
It happens because that's when your bones start to creak.
Well, you were gonna fucking destroy people, right? Was that why you stopped?
Is that why you stopped?
No, I just
you became too powerful.
I mean,
dude, at the time, dude, I was moshing all the time.
I would definitely do a good job.
No, I would ask him. I'd be like, dude, join the fucking pit. Because he was all yoked. I mean, he's still yoked, but like he was yoked when we were younger. You know what I mean? So, I was always like, oh, that's why Colin doesn't mosh, because he'll kill people.
Dude, straight the fuck up. Like, I love it because like me, like it was like I'm not a very large man. I know, especially when I was like 18, 19. Like I weighed like 160 pounds. But I had all the energy in the world and all the stamina. Yeah. So, like, I would just, like, run and just curl myself into a ball and just fucking take out the largest guy.
Just turn Sonic, dude?
Yeah, like, I was, like, it was almost like a personal challenge, you know? Like, it's like, who's the biggest guy in the pit? Take him out. You know, like, and I would win a lot. Like, more often than I thought I would. Like, there's a couple times where I thought, like, fights would break out. Like, the first show I ever went to, I went to Thrash and Burn in 2010.
Oh, nice. Dude,
and,
that's crazy.
Dude, I saw fucking Periphery.
Shit, right?
Periphery. Yeah. And like my buddy like was just like, yeah, man, you wanna mosh? And like I can't hear him because there's a loud sound in the background, which happens to be the beginning of Icarus Lives.
No, that's
and
so cool, dude.
I'm like, I can't hear you. And so then he does like as soon as it drops, he just shoves me into the largest fucking dude, like goat motherfucker in there. He looks down at me because he's tall as shit, and he like I'm like I'm about to get my ass beat at a fucking first show ever. And the guy literally just grabs me and just tosses me across. Like, I weigh nothing to this man. And I remember it forever, the weightlessness.
Dude, some people in the pit just surprise you, too.
Dude, like, straight up,
somebody comes at you and you're like, whoa, where did that fucking come from?
Dude, I got socked at a job by this, like, 4-foot girl. Like, I just laughed. Because I was like, I should have been caught slipping. This is like...
She timed that right.
Dude,
I ran into it.
I've seen some shit, and I've definitely like been my fair share of beat up in mosh pits. Like,
What's the craziest thing you've seen on a show? Because I have a story, and we can go around the table.
Yeah, let's go.
the craziest thing I've seen on a show. Honestly, it's still my favorite, just because of like the amount of incidents that night. Where it was I went to As Blood Runs Black with Winds of Plague back in 2012.
Nice.
And it was
good time to see those bands.
Who else was on that show? Was Rings of Saturn there?
No, that was a more recent tour.
Yeah.
No, because I've seen.
It was Christmas Chaos is what it was called. It was like around December or whatever, but
So I've seen that As Blood Runs Black with Rings of Saturn. I think.
With Winds of Plague?
I think they were there too.
No, you're thinking of the time Andre opened for them, and it was As Runs Black.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No, you're good. Interrupt my fucking story.
And you get the dog.
So no, this show was fucking. It was fucking tight. My buddy's band, in Reflectionless, like they were opening the show, and like there was like a wall. I think it was like a wall of death already that night.
Cool.
It was packed in there, but the thing that set it off was we had this battle against like hardcore dancers and push moshers.
Right. Yeah.
And that was what was standing like the whole night. It was just like building. So like whenever like
were they like taking turns?
You wish.
In the beginning.
No, it was like it's our turn now, and you just fucking just mob through. So like somebody would fucking throw it down. All the push moshers come through, shove them out the fucking way, and just start a pit. Or like we be push mosh a little bit, fucking fists come out of nowhere.
Too many fists.
It was bad news for everybody. And so then we started. I say we like because I was a part of it because I thought it was funny, but it wasn't funny anymore afterwards.
Okay.
But
I'm excited.
So we started making fun of hardcore dancers, which apparently is a big no-no. Now this is around the time like I didn't start going to shows till like 2010.
What does that mean? Like, are you talking shit, or are you just like,
oh yeah, making fun of like their moves and shit.
Yeah.
And so apparently they don't like that. They really don't. They take heavy offense.
Seriously.
It was some like Animal Planet King.
It's like a sport to them.
Yeah,
it is. Dude,
some Animal Planet shit. Is like you're making fun of the
swing
young
the widest.
hardcore dancer.
Yeah.
The pack is getting angry. Like just like so.
It's just a world
we're doing that the whole
fists
night. But like eventually, like I feel like I thought it died down because I was like I didn't see anymore. Like because like we would like be standing on the side, they come through and fucking crowd kill on purpose. Like they knew who we were, So I was like whatever. So as Blood Runs Black gets on, right? Blood Runs Black gets on. We're like throwing down, and of course they open with like In Dying Days, and as soon as bring the motherfucking ruckus, I turn around and the man just jumps and super like fucking like Sparta kicks me in the fucking face.
Oh,
like
shit. Dude, that's
like
crazy.
that shit was so targeted, and I know it was targeted because it was past two other people who he clearly could have kicked. Like he jumped and aimed, and I fucking caught all of it. Like fucking like you ever seen Mean Girls when they kick the fucking radio off the stage and hits him in the face? That's what my head did. Like he kicked the shit out of me, and so like my nose is bleeding. I'm disoriented. I can't see. Now I have to mob my way through the Nile. Through a pit to get out to the bathroom. So I'm over here like defending myself blind.
And were you like deep in the Nile?
I was like
right
three like rows from fucking the stage.
A lot of people.
And like they're all, and of course again it's during the breakdown, so they're losing their shit. So like the person who just made fun of them, who just got kicked in the face, now has to blindly walk out through a mosh pit.
Nobody's helping that guy.
No one helped me. I was left to just get beat up. So I'm getting like smacked in the head while I'm walking. Like I finally make it to the bathroom, and I finally like calms down, and like I'm like bleeding, and I have like literally like a footprint on my face. Like that dude, he kicked it. Like kudos to him. Like I was caught lacking. Okay, that was it's fucking vibe check. All right, that's what that fuck that was.
Like
he fucking ended me.
Yeah,
straight up, he fucking ended me, and. The night goes on. My friend gets his arm dislocated because the guy Superman punched and like start crowd kills.
Of course.
And then like I'm standing on a chair at the merch table because the merch table's like you know how like you walk into the Nile Theater, they're like off to the side. Yeah, I'm standing on a chair because I'm watching because I'm like fuck the pit at this point. Like I'm not doing it. Winds of Plague is on.
Pay money for this.
Yeah, it's that 2008 shit. You already know.
Yeah.
And they're fucking doing it, and I watch this kid can like he's probably like my age, but he was a fucking punk. Like you could tell, that guy like he's hitting everyone for no fucking reason. It's like that guy. So he's hitting people, right? And I see this big motherfucker come from like the back, and he's like, he obviously just got off of work. I'm talking about like rolled up his sleeves to his shirt, tie, like. He's
Took
like,
his hard hat off.
clearly was in Mosh retirement, but he was like, I like Winter Plague. Like,
damn.
So he like walks up and the kid like fucking like starts swinging. He like donkey kicks him. The dude just grabs this kid, picks him up by his fucking collar, and just drags him outside. And that's the last I saw of that child. Like, I was like, holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Like, I wanted to go out there, but I was afraid of what I'd find. Like,
Just let him go and he just
what-
floated to heaven.
like, that kid did not expect that. That dude was easily like 6'3", 250, like a man. Okay, like you say, sir. That's
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
so that was cool. I went to work the next day. I didn't even go to sleep, and like my boss was like, "Why do you have a footprint on your face?" Oh, you know. He's like, "Are things okay at home?" I'm like, "What?"
That's funny. Do you a Nike face tattoo?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gotta represent.
All right, I want to hear yours.
Yeah, what's your crazy story?
One time when I was in high school, Metallica came through and Down was opening for them. And me, my dad, and my brother went, and we had like nosebleed seats. But my friend, Zach, my friend Zach, his dad is the vocalist and bassist for Sacred Reich. I don't know if you know Sacred Reich.
I do.
Okay, yeah. So my whole experience with music with them, I got into a lot of shows with them. And he knew I was there, so he came and got me, and I got like floor seat tickets with them for free.
Damn.
And so we were around the mosh pit at one point when Metallica was playing.
That's
And I was just
crazy.
kind of like
dude.
scanning the area, and like I had like long hair at the time, so I was like headbanging and stuff, having a good time. And I was just kind of scanning the area, like taking it all in, because it was like a huge show,
Yeah,
like, the biggest
big
show I've ever
fan.
been to.
Yeah.
And there's this one guy who was at the edge of the mosh pit just watching them, and this one guy comes up from the mosh pit and just fucking puts his whole body into him and just shoves him. And I watched him like, holy shit, this guy fucking flies back like 5 feet.
Oh,
His
shit,
head
dude.
hits the pure concrete.
Oof.
And like, I swear to God, it hits it so hard. He's like 20 people away from me, and it's a metal show, there's vibrations and everything.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I heard an
Funk.
extra vibration of his head hitting the fucking ground.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
And then he like knocked out immediately and got carried away by medics. I swear to God, that guy fucking died, and I saw it.
Holy shit, dude.
Holy
That's
shit.
crazy.
Because he,
Did the band stop playing?
no. I mean,
That's
there's like
crazy.
thousands and
You
thousands.
can't
Well, yeah, a lot
can't
of
see
shit's
that
going
shit.
on.
But even
Yeah.
probably like 20 people knew what happened, but I saw it all. This guy just
dude.
fucking shoved the body out of a ghost. Or the ghost out of a body or whatever,
Yeah.
F.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
so-
crazy.
So I witnessed someone get murdered, just like you probably did too.
You probably yeah.
Right?
That was that kid's last night. That was so sad. He was just having fun. I know he was. He ain't mean no harm. But that dude obviously
That guy
had a
missed
bad
a
day
lot.
at work.
Yeah.
And like the last thing he needed was some fucking 18-year-old kid punching and kicking the shit out of him. So
So he ended his life.
yeah, that was it. Just fucking just kill him. Fucking
That's funny. That's like fucking like hardcore dancers and push moshers. Like when you're push moshing, you can be discreet about hitting people. Like
yeah, like you start off, you can be like in a little crowd, just bumping each other. Like hardcore, it's like stand the fuck back. Just like
well, no, not even that. Like when you're push moshing, like you can get away with like hitting somebody too hard and be like, oh, that was an accident. You know what I mean? But
like-
when you're hardcore moshing, like somebody comes at you and punches you. In
you
the
better
face.
you better knock them the fuck out. Just like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
first hit. Like
Yeah.
But in a push mosh pit, it's like I've never really seen anything bad. It's always like a camaraderie. Like if someone falls down, you help them up.
Right. Yeah.
But
every man for himself in the fucking hardcore pit.
Hardcore. Do people
But it's
fall
not
in
even.
hardcore
I don't feel like
pits?
it's every man for himself. It's like every boy for himself. I feel like it's a very childish thing.
I think
No.
now they're men. So.
I here's the thing, like you can be respectful about it. Like if you go to a fucking Knock Loose show, expect to be punched. Like just
Right,
straight up,
yeah.
like if you go to if you're gonna go to a hardcore show, like that's the style.
Oh yeah.
For
But you
sure.
see it in like death metal shows.
Well, yeah, I've seen death metal shows for sure, but it's just like
Even still,
what?
do you still see hardcore dancing at metal shows?
I haven't seen it in a while.
I mean, I haven't been to a
It's
metal
gonna
show
be
in
a
a while,
deathcore
so-
and beatdown shows.
Right,
Like
yeah.
that's what that was for, because you have to have the breakdown.
Mhm.
So, like you're not gonna see it at like 9 feet.
So specifically a breakdown thing?
I
you
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. I don't mind it. It's just like when I know it's coming, I don't mind it, because like most of the time, there's a lot of people out there who do it who don't crowd kill, who don't like they'll hit you and they're like, I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
like there are those people like that who just want to just fucking swing to the music, and like that's fine. Usually that's why we
Yeah.
clear out space for it.
Yeah.
It's the people who fucking come through and fucking drop kick you. It's like I don't know what I did wrong.
Yeah,
It's like,
I feel the
Yeah.
same way, but I feel like I've had just my view of it tainted by the amount of bad things I've seen.
I get
from
it.
That community.
No, like I fucking get it, man.
Yeah, I don't like it.
For sure, there's been.
Even if it's all good, I think there's gonna be too many accidents where people just get innocently hit, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's never a good. What was that fucking band that fucking was losing their shit and they like threw a guitar case off the stage and like nailed some girl?
Jesus
Really?
Christ.
Yeah, like it's wild. Like I see like the shows, especially that happen like fucking Cali.
Oh,
Like,
really?
have you seen those Cali shows? Like,
Nah.
it's war. It's
Really? Damn,
honestly
that's
like
crazy.
it's nice to watch. Like
Yeah, I
it's
bet,
cool
yeah.
to watch. Like,
Yeah.
It's like they're losing their shit to this. Like they live for this shit. But you're just like, I'm so glad I'm not there. Like, because like I've seen some large people get knocked the fuck out in like
shit.
hardcore bits. Like
That's crazy.
that shit's fucking wild. Like all it takes is that straight punch.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
it's a wrap. You're out.
It's just people's like their fists and their feet just flying out of the sky.
Dude, straight up, man.
Full swing.
Yeah.
Full swing.
You didn't really expect that.
Yeah, you,
I know,
you just
right?
pray for the 2-step. It's like that's harmless.
Yeah.
The harmless 2-step.
Very true.
Like just the last motion of someone's life is like
Yeah.
the fucking giant foot just gets you in the face.
Man, this band's really good. That's the last words. It's
I can't wait for this next part.
for China count, it's over. It's like, ah, shit.
Seriously. Damn, that's crazy. Do you guys, are you guys playing any more shows soon?
We're playing with Impending Doom on October
dude,
26th.
Cool. That's crazy.
And then we're going to Kingman to go play with Archaic.
Oh shit, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's exciting as fuck. I can't wait for the show. I can't come here any sooner. I'm definitely in that antsy state where like you just want to
Yeah.
play a show already.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been
that's
practiced
cool.
too long. I've been in the lab too long, man. I gotta get out and perform.
Need to be unleashed.
But it's right. It's right.
What's been your favorite show? Like,
Of,
if you can think back and be like,
of
dude,
all
that,
time or like this
that
like,
you played,
past
that you
year?
played. Like
Favorite
maybe it was like
show.
a band that you were like, I'm playing with this band, or like fucking.
Summer Slaughter with Black
Yeah.
Dahlia Murder and The Faceless and
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
year was that?
2017.
Yeah, we were there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was just exciting because it was like, it was cool watching. Like the thing is like they're all backstage and they're all
Shit.
watching you from behind,
Ooh, that's crazy.
dude. So like the nerves were definitely there, but it was also like super exciting. You
Yeah.
know, like I was like, oh my god, I get to finally like play, and then like not only that, but then like members of like my favorite bands are like
Yeah.
watching me play. You know,
That's
and like
crazy.
you like carrying your gear and all like, yo, that was a really good set, man. I'm just like,
Thank you.
yeah.
What venue was that at? I don't remember.
That was at the Marquee.
Was it?
Yeah. That was like our first and only Marquee show, and like Summer Slaughter. Is fucking
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Summer
true,
Slaughter's
huh?
never there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, your brother was.
Why do
there.
I not? Oh, okay, now I
There you
remember.
go.
It was that show.
Yeah.
That's my favorite show that I would say like that we've played for sure. Other than that, there's a couple shows that have happened at Pub Rock where like people like crowd surfing and shit, like losing their shit, and I'm just like, those
That's
are also
cool.
my favorite. Like whenever the pit's heavy, I'm just like, yeah,
Cool.
okay, I'm causing this. Like, it's-
My beats sit there.
yeah, my beats are fucking fire. Just like
I'm starting this motherfucking.
hell yeah.
Seriously.
They just wait for me to hit the China. I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm in control.
Wait for that all night. Huh?
Yeah, all night. You waiting for this breakdown.
It fucking is.
Waiting for
bro.
breakdown. Hell yeah, and I just break my fucking kit. It's
That's amazing.
Two metal.
That
Yeah.
shit has happened where like my China popped off of the fucking thing, and I was like, it's like I'm just like, okay, all right, switch symbols. I'm like,
Damn. Does that? Can you tell? I mean, obviously you can tell, but like.
no, I mean like it just happens. It's like same thing where like the breakdown comes and your string breaks. You're just like,
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's funny.
the one string you need too. It's like it's the one.
That's where my solo starts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
So what do you like from being in a band for 6 years? Like, what would you say to people who are thinking about starting their own thing?
Give it up.
Done. Perfect. It's hard.
Yeah, it's fucking this is the most taxing job you will ever have. You have to sit there and be coworkers with your best friends, and that's hard as shit. Everything
Yeah.
costs money, and it's not the 80s. That's for sure. Like,
Yeah,
where
like
you're
one
just
show
you're gonna
doesn't
play
change your
one
life.
club, and this
Yeah.
guy is like, "I'm gonna change your life." Like,
Exactly.
no one does that.
This is the sound we're looking for.
Listen to this. Like,
Yeah.
never happens. But no, on a
It's a
serious
lot of
note,
footwork now, right?
oh yeah, it's you have to be down. You have to be like down for the grind for
Yeah.
sure. You have to be down to like spread your band's music. Like, and I know that sounds like, well, that's obvious. Like, no,
Right.
no. There's plenty of bands who just like make the shit, put it out, and it's like it'll take care of itself. Nope,
Yeah, no.
it will not take care of itself.
I think a lot of people don't realize that.
you have to be a full-fledged team. You have to be a social media marketing expert. You have to be your own marketing for like your branding. You have to like control like the art direction and everything when it comes not only to your music but to merchandise and like album art, all that shit. Like it's a lot of work that a lot of people you won't know it until you're in the band or if you're like hanging out with a band. Yeah. That was the thing that was nice for me. Like I used to hang out with like Reflectionless and like I would watch them do the band work. I watch them push the tickets and make the decisions and have to deal with each other's fucking band drama and like all that shit. So like I went in kind of with like a pre-course to everything. So that was nice, but for sure like I wish somebody told me a lot of stuff when it came to being in the band. It's a lot of stuff, man.
That's what we're trying to do with this podcast.
Hey.
Trying to spread that shit out because I feel like that is a big thing, and especially like because you grow up watching and hearing so many stories of people just being like, yeah, and then one day they found her in Chicago and she was a star. You know, I think people expect that to be kind of a thing.
This shit is definitely more like 8 Mile. For sure, shit's more like 8 Mile. Yeah, you work real hard. Everyone hates you and boos you off stage. Like
really.
You choke.
Kind of is what it is. Like, it almost feels like. Maybe it's a little bleak, but it feels like almost it doesn't matter sometimes. Like it feels like more like the work that you put into it matters more than what you're creating sometimes. You know what I mean? Because some people have been around for like ever, and you're like, how the fuck did this band get up there? And it's just they were consistent. So if you can make something good and stay consistent, like that's a good fucking recipe.
One thing that actually really helped us was because sometimes like you do get burnt out. Being in a band is fucking hard. Yeah. There's no way around it.
Right.
But
a lot of people.
especially when you go to shows or like when you start playing shows and like you talk to bands who are more famous to you.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and like it may not seem like it, but like it's a lot of times a humbling experience because of the fact that they will talk to you about stuff and you're just like, really, like you still deal with shit like that, you know? Like
yeah.
It's super nice. Like we hung out with Veil and Maya and stuff, and like we were talking about like their new music, and like
that's crazy.
they were like they had the same thoughts we do. It's like, what if people don't like it? You know, like I was like,
you're
what? Like you give a fuck?
Like
it's like it's gonna be great, you know. But it was stuff like that where I was just like, man, that makes me feel really fucking good because I'm like they have the same thoughts and experiences you do. It doesn't change because you're more famous. You just have more people to answer to. That's what it seems like. Yeah, it's just more pressure, but no, man, like I think that like talking to other band members is like some of the best tools that I feel like a lot of people don't utilize. Utilize your fucking scene.
Yeah.
You know, like talk to even if they're in other local bands, like talk to them, get those other experiences. That's super important because it can honestly save you a lot of headache. Like share those experiences like with each other too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be dangerous for bands to stay like two in their own circle.
Straight up.
Yeah, because like you said, it is like coworkers. So
yeah, you
think that your world is just that, like
yeah, you know, you'll fucking hate it.
Yeah, and it'll fall apart real quick.
Straight up.
So, it's crazy, man. Huh.
Well, who knows? Maybe doing something like that is the reason that the band that you went on tour with invited you guys, because you had met them in the past and.
Networking.
Yeah.
It's like it's like that's what that is. It's networking. Yeah, straight up. Like I mean, like yeah, like you present your band like that pretty much. Like it's like.
Got it.
I know it sounds like corny, but it's like literally like be yourself. Don't try to be fucking Mr.
What?
Rockstar. I know. No, dude, like trust me, you've met those fucking people who are like, I'm in a band, and it's just like, okay, right. And like you know, like like that doesn't impress everybody. Like,
also a lot of the times people who are like that have like one person in their band who's like going crazy because they're doing all that work by themselves. You know what I mean?
Straight
they're
up,
like,
dude.
I'm dying. They're like, I'm the fucking.
There's always one member who's pulling out their hair every day.
Yeah,
like straight
doing
up.
Everything.
You get to choose whether or not you want to be that member. There's your fucking advice.
Yeah,
like,
which one do you want to be?
Are you in the band for the clout or for the work? Like,
seriously.
For sure.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. So have you always listened to like metal and stuff like that, or?
No, I mean, I'm a big metal listener, like for sure. Like I definitely that's my go-to genre.
But like as a kid, were you like?
Yeah, no.
Drums to play metal.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
that's cool.
Well, like my mom, like she listened to like a lot of metal and like alternative music, so I would find around the house often, and like the first thing like I really ever like listened to that was like I will listen to this over and over again was like Iron Maiden.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
From
cool.
your mom?
Yeah, my mom. She
That's
had
crazy.
she had
So
like
cool.
the albums and stuff. She had like the videotapes of their concerts. So like I
Holy
would watch
shit.
it all the fucking time. Like
That's so cool. Dude.
and like that made me want to be in a band. I was like, I want to do that, and it's amazing. Like
yeah.
like coming from that, like, cause like that's all I did. Like I listened to like alternative music, fucking like Limp Bizkit and shit, and fucking, like Linkin Park and everything. Like, and then honestly, like I didn't start like really exploring music. I want to say till 8th grade. Like that moment where like either your friend gives you a bunch of new shit you never heard, or you like go online. I found mine online like on a forum. Like I was like, give me new shit to listen to, and someone just dropped me a fucking list.
Wow, that's so cool.
The internet, man.
Do you think that still happens?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I do that shit all the fucking time. Like
That's
I'm
cool.
on groups on Facebook all the time that just talk about
this.
fucking music, and it's like
that's
this
cool.
shit is the most fire shit I ever heard, and I was like, okay, and like, I'm gonna fucking listen to it so I can shit on it later. It was like, no.
Oh, this actually was pretty good.
Yeah, fuck. Like react. That's all you get from me.
Hey, check out this new band I found.
Yeah, straight the fuck up. Fucking pawning off as my own, but yeah, but like I listen to other stuff too. Like I don't just listen to that. I listen to like I told you earlier. Like I like to make an EDM for fun, but like I do listen to EDM. I listen to rap. I'm still an avid rap listener. I listen to like classic. Pretty much the only thing I don't really listen to is probably country.
Really? Oh, you're missing out. Dude.
I know. Well, I kind of take it back because there's like some really old country where I'm just like, yo, this is actually pretty dope.
Well, like country western is different than country.
I like country
Is it
western.
really?
There we go.
Oh yeah, country.
I never thought about that.
When people say country, they mean like pop country. Country western is like what he's talking.
Like Rascal Flatts and shit.
I don't know band names.
Yeah, fucking was it Georgia State Line and shit?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, some of the line.
Yeah, like the fucking formula.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's a fucking
like
formula, and I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is gross. But yeah, you're right. Like country western is like different. Like that shit's way better. Shit's fire.
Yeah.
They're spitting fire with their guitar. Dude. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's like a different type of blues almost. Like
yeah, like
twangy.
honestly, you know what got me into that shit? Fucking Fallout.
Really?
Yeah, dude, Fallout has like
Wow.
the dopest fucking soundtrack. It's not just big band music. Like they play like country western shit too.
Oh, shit,
and I was
that's
like,
crazy.
I found some shit on there like this is fire. Holy shit!
Damn,
I'm over here
that's crazy.
bumping the radio like it's fucking the hottest mixtape ever. Just fucking
Just standing in place in the game.
yeah, just fucking it's down in my fucking head to Big Iron. Like
Jesus Christ.
Do you have any siblings that have like moved your musical taste at all?
My sister likes alternative and stuff. I don't think the rest of my siblings listen to anything
Really?
like that. No,
Hmm.
it was just me. Like we were the odd ones out.
Because I have an older brother and he is basically I followed him for everything musically.
I feel.
Yeah.
I was actually really like thankful for that. Like I didn't like follow like I have those bands. You have those bands where like either this person showed you, like your parents showed you, and like it kind of sticks with you forever. Like Iron Maiden's definitely one of those. Same thing with like Dio and fucking Black Sabbath and shit. It's like
Pink Floyd is like that for me. and
Pink
my
Floyd's a
brother.
big one for me
Really?
too.
My dad always listened to Pink Floyd as a kid, and that's like our bonding thing is Pink
That's
Floyd.
cool.
That was my mom. She used to listen like the Dark Side of the Moon like all the fucking time. So that's what I listened to.
That's cool.
But yeah, like that was pretty much that as far as like my music. Like honestly, like online is like really what kicked off like my music taste, and then going to shows. Once I started going
Did
to
you do
shows, it's like,
LimeWire?
oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah, and then I became a musician. And I was like, fuck this shit. Like it's
You
like,
fucking bastards.
I'm a hypocrite. It's like don't download my music. That shit happened to us. Like
Did it really?
Hell yeah! Like our first EP, that shit was on Russian websites like the next day.
Really?
That's
Like,
kind of cool though.
It is kind of cool,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm like, I get it, Lars. You fucking download music and shit. Like, I fucking get it. Like,
You're like, but I'm so hungry, Russians.
please feed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit. I used to use LimeWire and FrostWire and shit, and give my computer AIDS.
I love
Yeah,
that
same.
Hell yeah, like
Very
that's
true.
That's what I
Very,
did,
very
man. My
true.
mom would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with the computer?" I had to play dumb as hell. Like, I have no idea.
How do you, what is the?
Never been on a computer. What is a keyboard? Just like,
Can you turn it on for me?
yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. It just does that sometimes, you know.
I know. Right? I think it's hitting that age, Mom, where you just.
you just don't get it anymore.
That's funny. No, yeah, I definitely fucked up my computer so many times and got so many things that I did not know. I think, like, I had downloaded a bunch of Slayer songs, and one of them, like, years later, I found out was, like, Dark Angel or some shit. Like, it sparked a whole new interest because I was like, damn, I love that Slayer song. And the whole time it was Dark Angel. I didn't know. Yeah.
Dude, that happened to me. Dude, okay, hold on. Like, do you ever download Slipknot?
Probably, yeah.
Dude, okay, so like this
Fucking
is
Iowa, dude.
this is fucking Slipknot thing, and if somebody watches this, I want to know if they have the same fucking shit too, because there was a Slipknot download where the ending would play twice. It was the weirdest thing, but
Like
it's
the song, the last song.
yeah, it was like the last part of the song, like the breakdown, like it would stop. And it, like someone like fucking like it was a weird fucking like file, but it's funny because like I moved out here and I told other people about it. They were like, I download that same file too. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
like,
Like someone altered it and then put it up.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was some weird fucking shit. But it's
They're like,
like
this song's okay, but you know what would be great?
yeah, right. Like
If it ended twice.
if it ended 2 times,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
straight the fuck up, like
It was Lars, man. He was so mad.
that's what it was. The
Fucking kids, take this.
that and then like I was a victim of Soulja Boy.
What does that mean?
Victim,
You're like a
Soulja Boy
music
used
fan?
to put his music online and put them as names of the top 100 Billboard songs.
Oh, really?
And so you
Oh,
would
wow.
download that song, and all you hear was "Yo!" And it's like,
Oh my
you're
God.
like, "What the fuck
That
is
makes
this?"
so much sense.
And
I
that's
never-
how
crazy.
that's how I ended up discovering Soulja Boy too. Like,
Dude, he put in work. That's what he did.
yeah,
That's genius.
Yeah, it was genius. It
Yeah.
really was. I was like, "Got your ass!" And then that song stuck in your head all day. And now you got to figure out what the fuck is this fucking song.
Wow, that's
Now you
crazy.
got to go look him up. See,
Did he ever say Soulja Boy in any of his songs, like at the time?
Soulja Boy, tell him. That's what he
Okay,
says.
Dude, genius, man. Wow, that's so genius.
Some big brain shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
yeah, like I
Fucking
thought
curved.
about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it, man. I thought about finding popular songs when our album drops and just fucking
link to the fucking.
hell yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Is that illegal? Huh, okay.
I
Quite.
don't know.
You're already downloading, so
I know, right? You did the illegal
What's
thing. Who are you
another?
gonna tell?
What's another crime? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's genius. You think Bill Clinton did the same thing? What are these kids listening to these days?
There we go. Soulja Boy.
Yeah. That's so funny. Do you think he uploaded them like as popular songs, but then also Soulja Boy songs?
He did both. I think.
That's fucking cool.
I think he did both of
Damn,
them.
that's so cool.
So I used to listen to Soulja Boy when I was a kid.
Dude, everybody did.
Everybody did.
Fucking
That was like
everyone
the
did.
high school song.
Yeah.
When I
yeah.
think of high school pep rallies, it's fucking Soulja
Soulja
Boy.
Boy.
See, I had a little bit extra though because I lived in Atlanta, so I got all the crank that's. Everybody, it was crank that everything. It's crank that Yank, crank that Batman, crank that Super Mario.
Crank that Super Mario.
You think I'm lying? Type it in. It's like it's a real thing. Like and like we had them all. So like, if you want to go to homecoming, you better have them dances down.
Bitch, who doesn't know how to fucking crank shit. That's crazy, man. Do you remember fucking what was that shit that people would do? It was like it was a dance.
Jerk.
Yeah, dude. Did you ever jerk? Did you ever jerk?
No, I did not.
No, dude. I
Nope.
jerked for a little bit.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I jerked for a little bit.
I was like,
It's
I
such a
bet.
weird thing to hear out of context.
Yeah, I
Do you
fucking.
know what that is?
No, I don't.
It's like this weird. I mean, how do you even explain jerking to someone?
It's like skipping backwards.
Yeah. It's like skipping backwards in place. Like,
I know what you mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, oh,
Yeah,
now I
jerk
get
for a
it.
little bit,
Good.
yeah.
That means that was a good analogy for that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I remember everybody started buying like Vans half cabs so that they could jerk better and shit. That's funny. Huh.
Oh shit.
Did you guys do a lot of fads when you were younger?
Like what?
Like,
I can't think of
like
it.
jerking or like fucking? Did you jerk it in high school?
No. Well, what kind of jerking?
Either
Yeah.
like jerk chicken or
Just chicken, of course.
Dude, I just tried jerk chicken for the first time like recently. It's
Was it
so
fire?
good. Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, good.
That
That was the only answer. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
It was
yeah,
fire. You're
I
like,
mean,
it's bad. I'm
how they
like,
fire. I
gotta
puked
go.
a lot. Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, that's funny. I think I followed a lot of fads when I was younger, like downloading from LimeWire and jerking.
I feel like that was like.
Is downloading a
That's-
fad?
It was a fad until it was like, oh, okay, no, I need music now. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man, because like I said, I didn't stop downloading until I was in a band. Like I used to use.
really shit.
Yeah, I used to use Pirate Bay and shit. I used to
Oh,
do
yeah,
torrenting. That was the
Yeah.
like when I found torrenting, like it was like having premium downloading. That's what that felt like. Because
Yeah,
LimeWire
that's
was
pretty
like
much what
that
it
free
is.
trial bullshit.
Yeah.
But like when you learn torrents and you can get whole fucking like FLAC files of
Yeah.
shit, like they give you like it's like a 60 gigabyte discography,
Yeah.
including their
Holy
demos
shit,
and shit. It was just like just that's how listen, okay, like because I'm a big Agalock fan, and like when I found that and I found like all of Agalock shit, I was fucking like dumb excited. I listen to nothing but Aglock for like the next like 3 months.
I have
Like,
no idea what you're talking about, dude.
Aglock is like a fucking atmospheric black metal band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was actually one of the first quote unquote like how you say it, I guess like I don't want to say like weird, but it's like out of character bands that like I listened to. That was not
really?
usual. Cause I used to listen to like a lot of like
Mainstream stuff?
mainstream stuff, but then like metalcore. Like I listen to a lot of second wave metalcore. So that's what I used to listen to, and then like when I got that, I was just like, I don't know what it is about this, but I fucking love it. You know, like it was completely out of character for me to have like to like listen to that band for me. Like I loved it.
So, would you say you kind of grew up as a metalcore kid?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like I guess I say that like metalcore.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met somebody like. Well, I mean, I'm sure I have, but like, I've never been like, oh, like you grew up listening to metalcore like that.
Yeah, like As They
That's
Die
cool.
and Kill Switch. Fucking the only band I feel like I skipped was Trivium, which is I know like fucking everyone's like boo. It's like
well, so okay, because the thing is like a lot of metalcore when you were growing up listening to it, all that stuff was coming out at the time, right? Like, is that what was going on?
Actually,
musically?
no. It was moving into like third wave, so you had
really?
fucking other bands where like Asking Alexandria and shit.
But it was still like what was currently cool in music, right?
That was
Right.
the thing in music.
That's cool. What was that like? Was it nice being able to be like, oh, that band that I like is gonna play?
No, because I listen to second wave. That was the issue. Like second wave and third wave are like different. Like they're different styles. Like Asking Alexandria does not sound like fucking All That Remains.
Very true.
So,
Yeah,
like,
very true.
So I was listening to Fall of Ideals and shit, like fucking like heavy melodic metalcore. That was my shit. That's what I loved listening to. And then I got into deathcore. That was my thing.
Nice.
I got into deathcore after that. So I like started listening to like Chelsea Grin and Whitechapel, Card Effects, as well as Black.
Yeah. See, because when I grew up, dude, I was listening to like fucking like 80s and 90s thrash. So like all the bands that I was super into, like when I was 16, I could not see at all.
No,
like even a little bit.
I feel this. So, like when Dio died, I was big sad. Like I was like, that's it. That's it. Can't fucking see him.
Yeah, never again.
No, I did. I grew up on a lot of. I want to take that back. Like I want to call myself a metalcore kid because I did grow up on a lot of like 80s like shit. So I used to listen to like fucking like 70s and 80s metal. So Priest, fucking Accept,
Cool.
you know, Ingrid Malmsteen, like all that shit. So
I can never get into England.
my man shredded. I can
I
respect
bet,
it.
yeah.
Arpeggios from hell.
I can fucking
Too much
respect it.
arpeggios for me.
I can respect it. And then like I had a little power metal fad. So I still have a little bit of love power metal, but
Power metal's fun.
it's fun, but you won't catch me listening to it out loud. Like you won't catch me like on a bus stop blazing that in my fucking ears. Like straight up. That's definitely like if that song comes on, you turn down the volume a little bit.
You're at the stoplight, like.
Yeah, no. So
It's just a quiet song. It's not me.
yeah, that's yeah, no, I used to listen to a lot of like older traditional stuff, like a lot. Like that's why like I need to go see fucking like Priest before they stop.
Yeah. Priest and Maiden. I've seen Maiden a couple times, but I
seen
feel
Maiden
like I need
twice.
to see them. Yeah. Have
Maiden-
you seen Maiden? No. Dude, Maiden's great.
So I've
Still
never
great.
seen a band like that.
They're- Dude, they're like 60, 70 years old and like
Still
fucking
killing it, dude.
Fucking, I'm talking about full on running across the stage.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Running like half a field.
Yeah, I'm
Just,
like,
like belting out shit.
their props are
amazing.
fucking amazing. It's
Yeah.
a
Bruce
show.
flies them across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, his own fucking plane.
Yeah, he's fucking just the coolest guy. Like he decided to be fucking. I'm the coolest.
That's the ultimate band goal is to be fucking like Iron Maiden or fucking Judas Priest. Dude.
Right? Like sometimes I wish like I was born at an earlier time. No, like I just want to be in a band.
True,
I just want to be in a
but-
band at an earlier time. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to be in a band.
Yeah, music is so different now. It's crazy. Like everything, like not even just the sound, but like the way that it works behind the scenes and shit.
Do you think that like if we went back in time with fucking like music we have today, that everyone would fucking hate it, or did it just like advanced music?
It's hard to say because honestly, I'm sure a lot of shit. Like there was so many things going on, but people didn't hear about it because there was no internet.
True.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
no, I see that.
Yeah. Like how many things do you think we don't know about at all that were just fucking godly? You know, that were just like this was the best speed metal that I've never heard in my life. You
Yeah.
know, like
Dude, what was that fucking guitarist? Fucking
Ingwe.
no, the one who got ALS, but
ALS.
he kept writing. Fuck, I can't
The
remember.
guy from Back to the Future.
No. No, this
Like
is
guitar
guitarist,
movie,
and like,
right?
dude, like he was like fucking like amazing. Like,
Oh, fucking Jason Becker.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Jason Becker, dude.
Who's that?
Exactly. That's what we're saying.
That's exactly what
yeah,
I mean.
he's like almost like he's like a solo guitar player. Like he played a lot of like instrumental stuff.
He was a virtuoso.
He was a virtuoso. He
but
was
like
16.
the
Fucking,
one. Like, it was, and then
yeah,
he got ALS.
no, he was
so,
amazing. Really early.
Super sad.
He was about to break. Like he was about to break. Like he on a tour with like David Lee Roth or like one
Something
of the people
like that,
from
yeah.
Van Halen. So he was about to be like really, really well known. But before they started the tour, he got ALS and like now he's in a wheelchair and stuff, and he can't move at all. So yeah, but he was amazing. Him and Marty Friedman were in a band together before like Marty went off and did his own thing. Yeah, and Megadeth and all that.
Yeah. Like one of the best guitar players you never heard of. It's
Exactly.
sad.
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely could go back and not matter at all.
Yeah.
You know, like it's crazy. Yeah. Music is weird, man.
I wonder what like Tosin Abasi will progress to.
Dude, I've actually been
He's
listening
still-
to him more
He's still
recently,
like in
but
his 20s, right? He's not old.
no, I think he's like 30 something.
Fucking
Probably
Still,
closer to his
he's still
40s.
young.
Yeah, true.
the Dr. Manhattan of fucking guitar. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck are you on about? Like
Just
this
closes his eyes and
fucking does all this
Crazy as
bullshit,
shit.
and I'm just like, why did you write that? Like, like the world didn't need this. It's like,
Yeah. He's crazy, man.
it's fucking
There's so
nuts.
many. I mean, that's what's weird. Like a lot of guitar. I mean, just virtuoso people or like people who just make instrumental music. They just get like lost to the wayside. So I could see Animals as leaders disappearing. Unfortunately,
I could. And it's gonna be one of
You
those
know?
bands that like you show your kid, and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And it's like
Yeah.
amazingness. I know.
I was born in the wrong generation.
Straight up. Dude,
I was
think-
there. It was okay.
Dude, I think about that shit a lot. Like when I get older, like first of all, we're gonna be cool ass old people. That's for
Hopefully,
sure.
that's the goal.
That's the goal.
For
We're gonna be
sure,
cool ass old
right?
people. And I'm just like,
I'm sure fucking people,
I just want to
old
hear.
people said that shit when they
I
were
want to
our
hear those
age.
barbecue jams. That's
Oh my
what I wanna
God.
hear.
Could you
What's gonna
imagine
come
barbecue
on at the
jams?
barbecue? Where you like, y'all kids don't know about this one. Just like,
Fucked and left for dead. That's straight up what's gonna happen, dude.
it's gonna be funny.
Whitechapel, like in suburbs.
What's that song from Giant Fetus that starts off with, like, it's one of those songs that starts with a sound clip and it's some girl saying, "It's not my fault I'm pregnant, I love drugs."
Oh my god.
Let
Yeah,
it-
yeah. Dude, Dying Fetus is on the next level. They've been around for like a long ass time too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
I didn't start getting into heavy shit like that till like I was like probably 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Like death metal, death metal?
Like death metal, or like
Yeah.
tech death. Like
Yeah.
I started getting more into tech death probably when I joined Exile, like when I started really like looking for like tech death and like
Yeah.
progressive music, and I was like, these drummers are amazing. So like that's what I wanted to become, but no. Like
That's funny. That's what's funny about being a musician who like enjoys tech death and like extreme metal like that. You know you suck, but everybody around you is like, "Damn, you're really fucking good, bro." And you're like,
yes,
"Nah,
you don't
dude."
even know.
No.
You don't even know, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I'm so garbage.
Yeah, like
You're amazing. That's funny.
dude, straight up, man. Like, yeah, like getting into tech death was like, it's funny because like I feel like sometimes you can only get into stuff like you get into metal. I feel like in levels. There's
Yeah,
levels to this
yeah,
shit. You
yeah.
can't. Most people don't jump to tech death or
No.
jump to black metal or something.
No,
A lot of people
it's probably
don't. Like, you
impossible.
work your way up through like lower forms of metal,
Yeah.
and so like that was
It's
me. It's
faster
like
and faster.
I used to hate Between the Buried and Me.
Really?
Yeah,
still
I
haven't
used to think
given
they were.
them enough time.
I used to think they were just fucking pretentious. And I was like, fuck these people, like in their 13-minute songs, you know.
Yeah.
And
That
then,
was I remember seeing them and people being like, "Oh, dude, this is a great band," and I was like, "I just want to see the faceless, dude. This is taking way too long. I don't care how good they are. Can this just be done?"
dude, straight up, like, and then I went like just one day I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, this is like some of the greatest shit I've ever heard.
I'm
I'm
sure
just
it's
like,
really cool sagas, dude.
yeah, no,
For
it's-
sure, yeah.
damn, you fucking cool guy, me. Just like,
I mean,
it's fucking cool, man. That's like,
I mean, I'm just saying, yeah. Like that, some music is like, and that's what's crazy about music too. It's like it's so subjective, and like I feel like I find myself being like, you know what, it's time to listen to this band now, and I'll go back and like, oh, I'm listening to fucking Danzig now. You know, like, you know what I mean?
dude, straight the
it's
fuck
so
up.
crazy
I did the
that
same
it
thing
just happens like that.
for fucking what was it? What did I listened to recently? I was like, wow, this is fucking great actually, and I'm
Yeah.
a piece of shit for never listening to it.
Yeah,
I'm like-
it's been my life this whole time.
Yeah.
People have been talking about it forever. And it's just
I think
like-
honestly it was probably like getting into mathcore and first wave metalcore.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, wow, this shit's actually fucking great. Like I used to think Converge was fucking trash. Like
Yeah.
I was just like, this shit is dumb. And then like I
That's
started
another
listening-
one that's hard, like you need to work your way into.
You gotta work your way
You
up.
can't just listen to Converge.
It's too rough for the ears.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rough, man.
You
People
gotta
are
have
just
a little
like
bit of reference of what happened to get here.
same thing with grindcore.
Yeah, true.
Getting into
grindcore.
grind, it's like
yeah.
that shit's rough sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like swallowing nails.
Imagine a world without like extreme versions of a genre, dude. How weird must that be?
Dude, straight the fuck. Well, luckily there's like a lot of. I just want to imagine it back then, like with like fucking Napalm Death and shit.
Yeah.
Like they were going into clubs doing that shit, and people were just like, "Wow." You know?
Dude, they were probably hated too. You know, like
dude, probably they're
what's
like,
crazy.
"This is the worst shit I ever heard."
Where's
for
fucking Poison, man?
Yeah. Real shit.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, time really has a way of like making things look pretty, you know.
Yeah, no, straight up, man. Like, I honestly sometimes like I wonder because I think I've had this talk with a few people. Was like, is it harder to be in a band now or harder to be in a band back then? I was like, honestly, probably back then because no one knew what the fuck they were doing. There was no roadmap to do it,
Right.
and again, they were still in the same club, so just like we're just gonna do the shit.
Yeah. It's just hope, a lot of hope.
I think it was
And-
a lot more luck back then. Like,
Oh yeah,
Straight
100%.
up, because I feel like there were plenty of bands, but they definitely were not known because of the
Yeah.
fact they didn't have any internet and shit.
Or a lot of bands just got it because they had a look and then didn't know what to do with it. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like those one-hit wonder bands. You know, like,
Dude, straight
they're
up.
just like these are the guys.
Yeah, now we have to prove ourselves via internet.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think that you could even compare the two because even though there is more of a roadmap now, there's more things to think about now. That
I
it's
agree.
it's still so early in whatever the fuck is going on to be able to say like, oh, it's easier now or that. You know.
Yeah, no.
It's just now there's just more proof of bands that existed. Like
Straight up.
before,
I feel like
you
there's
gotta find
more
a CD or
competition.
some shit. Yeah, exactly.
More
Yeah.
competition, like fucking
Yeah.
man, I can't do all this competition. That's why
lot,
like
yeah.
sometimes like I wish I was back in the day where it was just like I feel like you had a better chance at having a chance. You know,
Kinda,
just
yeah.
like somebody showing up and like
Right
that's
place at
the
the right
one.
time. Yeah,
I never
yeah.
heard this before. Little do you know, like there's fucking 6 bands on your block that have the same exact sound. You're just like you happen to play the club that night. You know?
Yeah. We're out of town right now. Yeah, that's so true. That's crazy. All right, man. Well, we'll call it there.
Cool.
Yeah, but no, I mean, to close it off, I mean, honestly, if you want to do music, you should do music. I think. You know what I mean? Like, it is definitely more of a labor of love thing for sure.
Be prepared. That's it. It's like just go into the mindset, just knowing for a fact that it's like it's gonna be hard. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be easy. Don't let anybody tell you that it's gonna be easy or try to downplay it because people will downplay like doing music as well. People will sit there and try to tell you like, oh, you just do music. It's like you don't understand the work that I put into this. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just me with a fucking guitar just strumming. you
Right,
know?
right. And honestly, if you stay consistent, there will be payback. Like, no matter how big or how small it is, there will be, like, you will get something for that work.
There's no better feeling than having somebody like not like know your music and like wait for you to put out more music. Like that feeling is
Yeah.
great. When people are like, when are you gonna put out more shit? It's the best feeling in the world. It's like you liked our stuff that much to want us to do it again.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that's fucking cool.
So it's fun. But also, you know, keep the competition. No, I'm just kidding. Stay a little quiet with it now.
Destroy everyone. Destroy
If
everyone.
you're gonna do it, destroy everyone.
Yeah.
Just not us. Anyone. Anyone I know. No.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Aaron, for coming in.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Taco Bell.